Alright, hello everyone. I hope you're all doing so well. I'm really happy because I've just had a new tattoo done. I'll be doing a different video on that. But today I want to do something very, very special. Today I'm going to be taking the complete Pottermore sorting test. I'm a Gryffindor. I mean, Gryffindor pride, but that's using the Pottermore test. I want to, where they ask you a few of the questions. So I'm actually going to be doing all of the questions. So fingers crossed that will give a bit more of an accurate, should we say, result on what my Hogwarts house will be. So just as a disclaimer, on Pottermore it sorted me into Gryffindor. So that's the house I'm currently in. We'll see if I'm still in Gryffindor after taking this test. Alright, let's do it. So, first question. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, selfish. Oh, that's a difficult one. I suppose ordinary. I would not want people to be like, oh yeah, ordinary old Megan. I'd kind of want people to be like, oh, she was, really quirky and, she was a bit out there sometimes, but also at the same time, I wouldn't want to be called ignorant. That'd be quite awful. I'm going to go with ordinary, though, because I would just hate to be remembered as ordinary. Ordinary seems boring sometimes. After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Miss you but smile. Ask for more stories about your adventures. Think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I am dead. It's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. Oh, that's difficult. I mean, I would want to be missed, but I would want people to not be sad that I was gone. I would want people to be like, oh, she was fun. I don't really have many adventures, but I would actually like people to be like, oh, what did she do then? Even though I have not done any adventures. I haven't really achieved much. Miss you but smile, maybe? No, okay, I'm gonna go with adventures because although I don't have many adventures under my belt, I'm still only young. It could happen. Okay, given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you glory, wisdom, love, power? You can kind of see which house is which from this, can't you? I wouldn't actually want glory, to be honest. Or wisdom. Well, a love potion's a bit illegal, isn't it? That's so dodgy if you invent a love potion. Probably wisdom then. I could do with some wisdom. How would you like to be known to history? The wise, the good, the bold, the great. Let me think. Megan the wise? No. Megan the good. Megan the bold, Megan the great. Probably the good. I feel like it's better to be good than to be great. Kind of sounds like, look at me, I did all these adventures, and that kind of sounds a bit not dodgy, but it sounds a bit like, okay. But the good, if you're a good person, yeah. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples. The fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other. The bubbling pool in which the depths of something luminous is swirling. The statue with an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. The bubbling pool, I think, definitely. I'd definitely go for the bubbling pool. Because, if it's something luminous swirling, you'd be like, ooh, what's that? Yeah, that'd be me. What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? Violin, drums, piano, trumpet. So, fun fact, I actually used to play a little bit of violin. Mostly I played guitar, but for a year we were forced to take up an instrument in year 5. And it was the choice of the flute, the violin, the cello, and I chose the violin. It was a cool violin. It was a bright red violin. Probably piano though, because I have a keyboard, so that would probably make the most sense as a piano, and it just sounds really nice. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? The small tortoise-shell box embellished with gold, inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. The gleaming jet-black box with a silver locking key, marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. The ornate golden casket, standing on clawed feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. The small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, "I only open for the worthy." The small pewter box, I think, if it's unassuming and plain, but it's got like a scratched message, I'd be like, wow, okay, that looks like something you'd find like in the forest, so yeah. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which would you choose to drink? The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing ground diamonds. The smooth, thick, richly purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums. The golden liquid so bright that it hurts the eye and which makes sunspots dance all around the room. The mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions. I don't like plums, but chocolate is like my one weakness, so... Not the strange visions, that's actually kind of scary. Oh, I'd probably go for the purple one then, just because if it smells like chocolate, I'm bound to eat it or drink it, so. Once every century, the flutterby, or flutterbee bush, produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of a crackling log fire, fresh parchment, home, the sea. I have to say, I do love the smell of fresh pages. Like when you get like a new book and you smell the pages, oh, it's amazing. I'm gonna go with a crackling log fire, just because I feel like that would. What does that even smell like? Would that not just like smell of burning? Actually, no, I'll go with crackling log fire. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures, including a cure for dragonpox, which the headmaster has nearly perfected, student records going back 1,000 years, and a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes, believed to belong to Merlin. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club, if you could? Okay, so... thinking about it, probably the dragonpox cure I would go for first, because that will save lives, presumably. I think I'd probably go for the book and then the student records. Like, that sounds really bad, but I don't feel like... To us, if it belongs to Merlin, it's got to have something interesting in it, so I'd probably save that before I saved some student records. Sorry, student records, but that's what I'm going for. So cure, book, records. Which would you rather be? Trusted, liked, imitated, praised, envied, feared? Liked. I have a trouble with wanting to be liked so much. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Hunger, cold, loneliness, boredom, being ignored. I can deal with hunger. I'd probably just complain a lot though. I'm okay with cold because I was born in January, so I feel more at home in the cold than in the hot. Loneliness. I'm always lonely, but it is something that really bothers me. Boredom, if I'm bored like in a lecture at uni, I kind of just sit there scribbling notes, so that's not such a big problem. Being ignored is another big problem though, because I'm like, God, like, especially if people have paid attention to me and then they turn away, I'm like, oh no, I want more of that. I want more of that feeling, so probably loneliness though. Like, I say I'm lonely, but I've got my mum, my dad, my sister and all that, so I'm not completely lonely, but if I didn't have them, I'd probably like go nuts. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? No, I'm allowed only 6, okay. Alright, so this encompasses 2 questions, so all the answers are every area of magic that I can, apparition and disapparition, transfiguration, flying on a broomstick, hexes and jinxes, all about magical creatures, secrets about the castle. Magical creatures, I feel like I'm kind of biased because I love Fantastic Beasts, but I would legitimately love to learn about magical creatures. That would be amazing. Like, I would otherwise say every area of magic that I can, but magical creatures, guys, come on! If you could have any power, which would you choose? The power to read minds, the power of invisibility, the power of superhuman strength, the power to speak to animals, the power to change the past, the power to change your appearance at will. Reading minds would probably, like, having seen Fantastic Beasts and seeing Queenie with her legitimacy, you'd probably know stuff you wouldn't want to know. Invisibility could be quite useful because you could, like, rob a bank and no one would know. But I'm not advocating robbing a bank, but probably invisibility then, because then, like, you could go about your day, you could, like, just, yeah, it'd be fun. So which of the following would you most like to study? Centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, trolls. Probably werewolves. I have like a strange fascination with werewolves, so werewolves. One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has become top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson and asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do? Lie and say you don't know, but hope someone else tells Flitwick the truth? Tell Flitwick that he ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. Tell Flitwick the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, as you're both in the same house, any points he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place. You would not wait to be asked to tell Professor Flitwick. If you knew somebody was using a forbidden quill, you would tell the teacher before the exam started. You don't want to be a snitch, but I'd probably just say, like, maybe you should ask the classmate, like, hint him in the right direction. Because then you're not completely telling, but you're not, like, just staying quiet. You and two friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all three of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight. Suggest that all three of you should fight without telling the troll. Volunteer to fight. Drawing lots seems fair, I feel. That's difficult. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but, like, usually you'd think trolls would be quite stupid, but if this one is guarding a bridge and is insisting, then you could kind of assume he's a bit more intelligent, so probably draw lots, maybe. Which road tempts you the most? The wide, grassy, sunny lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, the twisting, leaf-strewn path through the woods, the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings. The woods. I have a thing about nature and about the woods. Like, I think it's because the woods remind me of, like, fantasy, like Narnia and Lord of the Rings, so I'd probably go with that. Because, like, walking through it, you'd be like, oh, look, I'm in a fantasy world. I'm in Narnia. So, yeah, that would be kind of the one I would go for. Which nightmare would frighten you most? Standing on top of something very high and realising suddenly there are no hand or foothold, not any barrier to stop you from falling. A night, the keyhole of the dark, windowless room in which you are locked. Waking up to find that neither your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. Being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone can understand you and everyone laughs at you. I'm not too afraid of heights. I mean, if it was, like, extremely high and there was, like, no barriers, I'd probably back the fuck out, but oh, that's difficult, like, trying to imagine what I would do. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the family one, though. Because, like, if that happened, I don't know if it'd be, like, a nightmare, but I would be quite freaked out. I'd be quite upset, so. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for any disturbance? Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw into the shadows to await developments, while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spells, should trouble occur. Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. I'd be curious, so I'd be like, okay, have the wand ready to fight if necessary. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or wizard. Do you ask what makes them think so? Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a jinx? Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether you're bluffing? Tell them that you are worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor. Ask what makes them think. So I'd be like, what makes you think that I'm a witch? Like, are you trying to say something about me, mate? Are you trying to insinuate something about me and my parents? Like, mate. Dawn or dusk? Dusk. Moon or stars? Stars. I love stars. Forest or river? Forest. Black or white? Black. Heads or tails? Gonna go heads. Left or right? Right. Gryffindor! Congratulations, you have been sorted into Gryffindor, the House of Bravery and Chivalry. You are amongst other Gryffindors such as Harry Potter, Hermione, Ron Weasley, and Neville Longbottom. What I find interesting is that I was 67% Hufflepuff, 34% Ravenclaw, and 22% Slytherin. So yeah, guys, I am a Gryffindor all around. So yeah, this is the end of this video. Let me know what houses you guys are in the comments section. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.